One of the most common questions people ask about heaven is surprisingly simple. What will we actually do there all day? Many people imagine heaven as endless clouds, quiet stillness, or sitting around forever. And to be honest, that idea can make heaven sound a little boring. But the Bible paints a very different picture. Heaven is not a place of inactivity. It is a place of life, joy, purpose, and relationship. In fact, Scripture describes heaven as the place where humanity finally becomes what we were always meant to be. To understand what we will do in heaven, we need to go back to the very beginning. In the Garden of Eden, before sin entered the world, Adam and Eve lived in perfect relationship with God. They walked with Him. They cared for creation. They lived with purpose, creativity, and joy. Heaven is not the abandonment of that original design. It is the restoration of it. The Bible tells us that one of the central activities in heaven will be worship. In Revelation, John describes believers, angels, and heavenly beings praising God together around His throne. Worship in heaven is not forced or repetitive. It is a joyful response to seeing God's glory fully revealed. But worship in heaven is not limited to singing. Worship includes everything done in God's presence for His glory. Every action, every word, every moment becomes an expression of love for God. The Bible also tells us that believers will serve God. Revelation 22:3 says, God's servants will serve Him forever. This service is not burdensome labor. It is joyful participation in God's kingdom. Many scholars believe that believers will have meaningful responsibilities in the new heaven and new earth. Jesus spoke about faithful servants being placed over cities and given authority in His kingdom. This suggests that our lives now prepare us for responsibilities in eternity. In heaven, work will exist, but it will be completely different from the work we experience on earth. There will be no exhaustion, no stress, no frustration, and no failure. Instead, work will be fulfilling, creative, and perfectly aligned with the gifts God gave us. Another beautiful aspect of heaven will be relationship. The Bible suggests that believers will know and recognize one another. We will be reunited with those who belonged to Christ. Imagine conversations without misunderstanding, friendships without conflict, and community without division. Heaven will also be a place of discovery and wonder. God is infinite, and eternity will allow us to continually learn more about His greatness. Every moment will reveal something new about His wisdom, creativity, and love. The new heaven and new earth described in Revelation also suggest a vibrant world filled with life. There are cities, nations, rivers, trees, and culture. Heaven is not an empty void. It is a restored creation filled with beauty. We will explore, create, serve, worship, and live in a world free from sin. One of the most powerful truths about heaven is that God Himself will dwell with His people. Revelation says God will wipe away every tear. There will be no more death, no more pain, and no more sorrow. The presence of God will be the greatest joy of heaven. Everything we experience there will flow from being close to Him. So what will we do in heaven all day? We will worship, we will serve, we will reign with Christ, we will build relationships, we will explore God's restored creation, and we will live in perfect joy in the presence of God forever. Heaven will not be boring. It will be the fulfillment of everything humanity was created for, and every moment will be better than the last.